Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. BP, the Bible Perspective. So here guys, look, Trump enjoys 85% of the Christian vote. So why do they feel that they need Trump more than he needs them? Now, before we get into it, please like and share these videos and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. Donald Trump has emerged as a Christian icon, a Christian leader. In fact, some people even say that he is likened unto King Cyrus. Now, in the Bible, King Cyrus is not a hero per se, but he is an important figure. During the Babylonian exile, they had spent 70 years. Jeremiah had prophesied 70 years exile. And then when Daniel the prophet, who was in that exile, received the prophecy, he's studying the scriptures one day and he noticed, hey, wait a minute, these 70 years are almost up. He begins to seek God. And in one of the prophecies, and Daniel received several prophecies over 70 years. The book of Daniel spans like several years, coming from Nebuchadnezzar into the Medes and Persian. Well, Cyrus was that king who would, after the 70 years, he would issue the decree that the Jews could return to Jerusalem and rebuild the wall. Now that is extremely significant because it was also a prophetic time clock that Daniel, in Daniel 9, his 70-week prophecy was a timetable that brings us right up until both comings of Jesus Christ. One, the first coming, 69 weeks, and then after the 70th week or 7-year period, 70 sets of 7-year periods, totaling 490 years. But that's prophetic time, which we have to get into a whole nother lesson on terms of prophetic time. But the idea was that in both cases, the 70-week prophecy brought us, one, to the first coming of Jesus, and second, to Jesus' actual second coming. Now, so that's the significance of Cyrus. Well, there are Christians today who say that Trump is like a Cyrus. Why? Now, here's my point. Trump during the election, the campaign of 2016, he received 85% and still enjoys 85% of the evangelical Christian vote. Now, let me say this. I am not criticizing someone who supports President Trump. Not. There are valid reasons why a person will support him. They have supports. He's been good to the Christian. I'm going to get to that, by the way, because we're going to define what does that mean. However, he's kept his promises. He's been good to them. He's done things for them that, yes, would deserve their support. Okay. But yet, on the other hand, they defend his immoral, ungodly behavior. And that's what I have a problem with. Now, oftentimes people accuse me of being a liberal, a progressive, or a Democrat, which I'm neither, but I'm also anti-hypocrisy. And that the Christian faith that I came up under, was saved under, that it was, to me, to see them so sell out their values to support and defend Donald Trump is an offense to me. An offense to a lot of other people. And the question is why? Now, as I said in my statement, if the Christians would wake up, 85% is a strong voting bloc, which means Trump needs Christians more than Christians need Trump. Presidential candidates or any type of politician or a dime a dozen, they come and they go. Trump is going to go. One way or the other. If he gets another 4 years, then hey, he's going to leave after that 4 years. He's going to leave office. But then what? What would be the next candidate? You see, the idea is that with that 85% of the vote, I say they should use it to say, Donald or President Trump, behave. Why can't you do that? Why can't they use that 85% to say, you know what, let's use this for good. let's say, you know what? Hey, let's make an impact. And certainly we could say, President Trump, you need to behave a lot better than you're behaving, because guess what? You need our vote. And if Donald Trump thought that he would lose the Christian vote, because losing the Christian vote means he lose any chance of election, any, okay? You don't think he would straighten up? You don't think he would act? Do you think he would bully people, lie, mock, berate? Do you think he would use the office of the president for his own personal gain? And he is doing all those things. But here's the problem. That for some reason Christians choose to ignore that. Those who support and defend him, they choose to ignore all the bad behavior. And they choose to, again, align themselves with people who are just as ungodly with Trump. And that is the problem, because what kind of witness do you have? What kind of witness to the world? What can Christians, evangelical Christians, now saying, hey, you support Trump, so you know better than us. You know better, okay, than the ungodly. The question is, why do Christians support him so? Why? Look, let me tell you, one brother had put it to me this way. He said, I did not support Trump in the beginning. And that is true. Most Republicans didn't support Trump. Republican leaders, I should say. And they said, well, when it became apparent he was the Republican the nominee, then they threw all the support behind the Republican nominee. And the reason why they did that is because they said, well, that choice was better than Hillary. Okay, that's fine. I have no arguments with you on that. I personally think Hillary would have been a better president, but I think both of them are equally corrupt. Okay, equally corrupt. Hillary's a better statement. And I'm certainly not making a case for Hillary. I'm just telling you that as a statement, she would have been much better. Because when you look at some of the stuff that Trump is doing right now on the world stage, and a lot of the things that he's doing, okay, like I say, and there's no difference. I think both Trump and Hillary are just equal opposite sides of the same evil coin. And but here's my point. I think that's evangelical, conservative believers, there were better choices that they could have taken that 85% and threw it behind. Now you may say there are people who wouldn't do what Trump was doing. Now I'm going to get to it in the next in another video. I'm going to break down what it is that Christians say that they support Donald Trump, what they think he's delivered. Now I'm going to tell you he has delivered. But it's almost like this. It's almost like a cheap date. In other words, if I'm a whoremonger and I'm saying, hey, I want to take a person out, on a date, a woman out on a date. Wait a minute. You mean we ain't got to go out? Wait a minute. I ain't got to wine and dine you? I can just hit it and quit it? And that's really what it is to the Christians when you really think about what it is that they think Donald Trump is giving them. In other words, fine, I'll give you this, but guess what? I get to do all of this over here, and that's what you sold out your values for. When you think about all of the stuff, right now Donald Trump is under impeachment. He's impeached. Now he's going to get acquitted because the Democrats overplayed their hand, and there may be a longer strategy. But hey, what has come out, even conservatives are saying he did wrong. He's just going to get acquitted. I mean, Republicans are just going to ignore it and just acquit him. They're not even bothered to say now, okay, it used to be, well, he didn't do any quid pro quo. Then it was, maybe he did quid pro quo. Maybe he did it, but you know what, it's not impeachable. Now they're just saying, in this trial, okay, he did it, but so what? Okay, so my point is, they've able to turn the tables. And my point is, were there better candidates? Sure there were. Sure there were better candidates, okay? Here's the thing. Trump is a salesman, and he sold, okay? He sold conservative America, white evangelical America. He sold them a hope. The question is, what hope did he sell them? I'll get into that in another video. Okay, guys, till next time.